Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. As you can see, it might be time for a little haircut, but that hasn't really been my focus lately. Really just been focusing on me, on the people I'm around, on daily improvement. Hopefully you all had a phenomenal week. Again, I had ups and downs, like that's expected. I never want to get on here and talk about how, it's all amazing and everything's going well. I guess it's going to be ebbs and flows. It's going to be ups and downs, and I expect it. So this week was no different, but we got through it. We're on the other side. There's a new week coming up. Father's Day was phenomenal. Obviously, last week had a couple of things I was doing, some adventures, right? Things that I was doing that I completed some tasks last week, no matter what. Like I had some obstacles during those tasks. I had to make some decisions for my future, for my life, separating from people separating from me that needed to happen. And that's where I've gotten to now in my life is that I realized that I only want to deal with like-minded individuals. And sometimes that's tough because we see people for what they could be, right? Or what they should be, not for really who they are right now. And growth is eventual. We're all it's inevitable. Like we're all going to grow. We're all going to mature. We're all going to, expand and outgrow situations. And it's just tough, right? Because you want a person like myself, I want the best for everyone. I want everyone. I believe everyone can be great. I believe everyone has the ability, has talents, has gifts that can create opportunities for them in their life and their families, right? The difference is do people really want to do it in this moment? It doesn't mean like 5 years from now, they probably complete the task, right? But in this moment, they're comfortable where they're at. That's not a good or bad thing. I used to think that was a horrible thing. I used to make people feel bad about that. And that's not a really good thing. That's not Christ-like. That's not mature of me, right? I wanted to push people so far. And sometimes I push people away. That's my fault. That's my burden to carry. And that's, who I was. Now I'm now on a different level. Obviously, as I age, as I grow, as I mature, I realize it's not worth, that juice is not worth the squeeze. And people are going to be who they're going to be. I listened to a message from the church 2819, and it was like our job is to carry the message. Our job is not to save people. And my mom used to always say that, and I used to always challenge her because anyone who knows me knows, like I go against the grain. That's who I've always been. If you say the stove is hot, I'm gonna test and see how hot it is. Right now, I'm gonna burn myself, but like I learn a lot from lessons, more so than people giving me advice. Again, that's the cross I bear, I carry. But like I just think I've gotten to the point now, not that I'm giving up on people, but you actually go to remove obstacles in different situations in your life. And the truth is, God removes a lot of people, things in your life that because He hears things you don't, right? And you think these people are good for you, and they might not. You might not be good for them. Not everyone I'm good for, right? And sometimes separation helps elevation. And we have to understand that. Like as I climb, right, I still believe in reaching as I climb, but I still got to climb. It serves no purpose to be at the same spot. You just grabbing everybody and everybody passing you up, right? Like the purpose of life is to grow. And I've realized sometimes the people that we have around us stops our growth. It impedes our progress. And you have to understand, it's not that I'm better than anyone or I want more than anyone, right? I still have a task. I still have an assignment to do. And some people are for seasons. And like we can't have winter all year round. Like the flowers have to be planted, the seeds have to be planted, the flowers and the fruit have to grow. Like, right, you got to harvest this. And if you have winter year round, you're never going to get a harvest. So some people are here for a season. You're here for a season in certain people's lives. And we have to learn that not everyone is going to go with you. Sometimes you have to go alone. Sometimes you have to do things alone, right? For people to understand, like you really, even when you want something really bad for somebody, they have to want it too, right? Or they'll never understand why they're doing what they're doing. You can carry them, you can drag them, you can pull them. They're not going to get the information they need from the situation. So no matter if they win or lose, right? They're what they were supposed to learn, they'll never learn because essentially you made them do it. And sometimes you got to go it alone. Sometimes you got to do it by yourself. And it shows, and it will show people, illustrate people to people what they really want, what they really need, and how important it can be or how it can help them. Like when they see you climb, they'll understand the climb better. Instead of you telling them to climb and making them climb, and they don't know why they're climbing. Even though they've told you, hey, look, I really want to do this. I really want this for my life. This is the path I want to take. Some people are just talking. They really don't count the cost. They do not know how much it takes. They just see, again, we live in an era that is clicks and 5-second reels and highlights, and it doesn't really tell the full story. So everybody think they can shoot like Steph. Everyone thinks they can dunk like LeBron. Everybody thinks they could be as clutch as Kobe and destroy rims like Shaq, right? Just because it's illustrated that way. That's not the truth. I was telling someone earlier today, like there are a lot of streamers in the world. Like me, I wouldn't say I'm a streamer, but I have this podcast, right, or this message that I get across every week. But there's only one I show speed. Like even Kai Cenat, no, nothing against him. He's a star in his business. But there's only one guy sitting in the World Cup with the president of the World Cup. There's only one person touring the entire country, the entire world, right? As if he's a president, right? Like it's a different level for everything. Everybody's not on the same level. And so counting the cost and understanding why that person is where he is, it isn't just because of talent. It's the fact that he's nonstop. Every time you turn on or watch his stream, which I've never watched this stream before, I just see it like pop up on my timeline on social media, but he's in a different country. He's doing different things. And most people don't count the cost of what that takes. Being nonstop, losing sleep, not being able to go to certain parties. Like he creates his own parties. He creates his own opportunities. And that's what it's about. It's are you willing to sacrifice things right now for what you want? And most people don't count that. They don't. And it's not a problem. Like yesterday I made up my mind. I went to the Manning Passing Academy, which was phenomenal, extremely hot, but phenomenal. Every year it is. Went to the Manning Passing Academy, had a great time. I made up in my mind that I was going to go to church, go in the church, that fellowship church in Zachary. I used to go to it all the time, and I had stopped over the last year and a half. And I made up my mind that I was going to get up at 6, 7 o'clock and go to church, which is about 40 minutes away from where I stay in Baton Rouge, to Zachary. No matter what, no matter how I felt, I'm going to get up. And I'll do my podcast later, but I'm not going to sleep in. And I got up and I went there. I texted the pastor, Pastor Starr Hornsby, asked a couple of members in the church in leadership about getting a Pray First 2026 wristband. Pray First 2026. I think it's pretty cool. Every year I've had one. Obviously it's June, right? It's about to be July. But no matter what, it was important for me. And so I made sure, no matter what, even going to church, getting the message, like the most important thing, the message is phenomenal. It was great. It was about patience, which I needed, right? But I needed this wristband. It was so important to me because I've had one every year for like the last 6, 7, since like 2018, since they started. And I made it happen. I made sure it happened. And so it kind of illustrated the conversation I was having. Like, we do what we want to do. We make time for what we really want to do. And that's what this is about. Like, yes, the patience was important about taking your time and doing things and waiting patiently, right? But at the same time, you make time for what you want, no matter what. Like there's enough time in the day. And you got to understand sometimes you got to do it by yourself. It's cool to have people with you, but if those people aren't like-minded, if those people aren't challenging you, if those people are telling, hey man, just wait, just, take your time. Like we only have so much time on this earth. And if you want something, you go do it. You have all the power. I can do all things through Christ that strengthen me. Like everything I want to do, I can do. As long as it's within God's will for my life, I can go do it. There's nothing stopping me but me. There's nothing stopping you with you. Like your mental is the way it is because you allow things to interrupt you. Your body is going to do whatever your mind wants it to. That's how powerful your mind is. And once I got to that point and I realized that in my life, I don't let anything stop me. And you shouldn't either. Not even your friends or your family. Again, there are going to be friends and family members that are going to look at you differently while you're trying to break generational curses. Like someone has to do it in the family. Someone has to get to the door and leave it cracked open for the rest of the family, right? And there are going to be people that talk about you. Oh, you're never around. You don't do this with us. You don't hang with us anymore. Like it's nothing against. I'm trying to break down barriers, and it's important that I do this. Someone has to sacrifice for the rest of the family, for the greater good. And it's not that you're high and mighty and you're better than people, but everyone won't understand why you're doing what you're doing. They'll say they understand until it inconveniences them. And then it's a problem. Until you miss a birthday or you miss a holiday or you miss an event, then it's like, you don't get it. And it's not that. I'd rather miss those right now so that we can afford all that later on. And it's not even really about money, right? It's about opportunity. I know people say good things come to those who wait, but it also those who create. And we are created, our creator created us to create opportunities. Like he's going to do everything that's supposed to happen to us is going to happen. It's already predestined. It's already, we still got to go through the doors. You still get to pick. You still get to choose. And while it's easy to do things with people and have support, not all the time they'll understand. They'll understand in the end, right? Like while you're going through and doing everything that you're doing, they'll call you insane. They'll say you're crazy. The second it works, they'll call you a guru. You just can't you can't pay attention to any of that, either side of it, being insane or being a guru, because none of that's real. None of that's applause and all that goes away. The same mouth that they praise you, they'll criticize you. You just got to understand, whatever I want in my life, I have the ability to do it. God gave me those abilities when I was in my mother's womb. I didn't come into this world without what I needed. I'm well equipped. I just have to prepare myself now. That's the years and years of studying and learning and working. It's just preparation for this moment. And you just got to be willing to do it by yourself. And that's tough. Like it's hard. Like I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, I can't wait to do this. No, you want support. You really want support. But I think your biggest support is God. Your biggest support is the creator, the person that gave you, the individual who gave you all your talents and your gifts. That's your biggest support. That's the individual that never leaves you. Even when you do wrong, even when you deserve punishment. Like sometimes the grace and the mercy kicks in. Humans don't do that. And it's not like I'm saying this to, stay to yourself, no, I'm not saying it. Like we grow in groups, right? But sometimes you got to do it by yourself because it'll show other people what can be done. Like sometimes it takes that one person to walk alone, right? That to not follow the person that's right in front of them. Was the road to salvation is narrow. It's not wide, and it's not packed. It's very lonely. Why? Because that's what we're supposed to do. That's the best thing for us, not the best thing for everyone. That's not the popular thing, right? That narrow road is salvation, it's growth, it's uncomfortable, right? It's not easy, but it's needed for you to become who you're supposed to be. Like everybody talks about the butterfly, right? Like everybody loves the butterfly. They don't, but they don't want to go through the cocoon phase. The craziest part about the whole caterpillar has to go up the tree and the time it takes to go up the tree and then go into a cocoon, and then people will be like, oh, it skips out and then it becomes the butterfly. This is the truth. The toughest part of that is getting out of the cocoon, right? Like nature, God, the world, earth, however you want to say it, right? Forces the butterfly to work its hardest to get out of the cocoon, which it created for itself, to protect itself, right? That's the last fight. That's the last part of the beautification of the process. Like that, yes, you're beautiful. Yes, you put all this work in. Yes, you've evolved, but you got one last fight. And no one sees it. And the truth is, you might not make it out. You prepared everything. You've gotten up to the tree. You've gotten into the cocoon. You've been protected. And now it's time for you to pop out. Now it's time for you to show the world what you can do. And you got one more challenge. You got to be strong enough to get out of here. Like a lot of animals that shed, like that's the toughest and most vulnerable time in their life, right? It's them finally coming out to being who they're supposed to be. It's one last fight. It's one last battle. And again, it's done alone. It's a vulnerable time. But once you make it through, you're at your strongest. Like, because you understand and you know what you're capable of. That last push, that you've done everything that you needed to do, and it should be easy, right? Like you should just, the cocoon should just fall off and you should fly. Nah, you gotta get through that. And that shows a little bit more toughness for the world ahead. Like even in your best moment, you still gotta fight a little bit. And again, like it's I wouldn't say unfortunate, like because it all works together for the good of those who love him and who's called for his purpose. Like I just think we're in a great spot. Like we're about to go into July. Obviously, 4th of July is coming up. Be careful, be safe with your decisions and all that, because one night is not more important than the rest of your life. I've learned that. Like one decision can impact. I watch. I don't know why I'm addicted to the first 48, and you sit and you see these people that their lives change in one night, in one decision. Their entire life is impacted, more than one, right? Obviously, but most of the time, you have a choice to walk away. Most of the time, it can be all avoided. It's just in the moment, the impulses, the feelings, right? It gets the best of us. And that's where we got to learn to push through. That's where we got to learn control. It's all mental. Everything's mental. Nothing's really physical. The body's going to do what the mind says. If the mind feels tired, the body's going to be tired. But if the mind has a thought process, right, that I have to finish, I have to do this, this is needed, it's few, and it's not as emotional, right? It's not as draining as I think it is, and you'll get through it. It's what you think about situations. Like doing it alone, I'm never alone. Like God is always with me. He's omnipresent, omniscient, always around, all knowing, all powerful, and I have I have the Holy Spirit with me. So I'm never by myself. I'm never in battle by myself. And if I feel that way, like I have the Word of God, which is always with me also, right? Like it's just, you're never really alone. But you have to do certain things naturally, right? In a human essence of alone, because you came into this world alone. You didn't come into this world, and we're definitely gonna go out alone. We're gonna go meet our Creator alone, and it's the difference between alone and lonely. Like I'm never lonely, but I have to do certain things alone to get to where I'm trying to go to, so I can understand it better. I have to have a clear mind. I have to have a clear conscience. I have to understand why, how, when, what inside my mind. Do everything inside your mind. Every battle inside your mind. And then everything on the outside is done already. It's completed. But like that's just something I was thinking about. Like, why do I went to the Manning camp, and why don't people make it to where they're supposed to go? Why does it take so long for certain developments to happen? And a lot of it is just distractions, like worldly distractions. We really got to lock in, especially athletes, right? But anyone in their job, in your career, we got to lock in. These next several months are very important for 2027. Like we still have 2026. We still have 6 months left of 2026, right? But it's going to build up for 2027. So that when we go into 2027, right, and I'm on this podcast in January 2027, I'm not talking about getting 2027 started. I've already got a head start on 2027 in 2026. So I can reference in January what I did in July of 2026. That impacted me, that my January 2027 is doing well, right? Because I decided to go do it. And I didn't need anybody to support me or push me. I knew I needed to do it, and I went and did it. And sometimes it's going to suck. Sometimes it's going to be boring. Sometimes it's not going to be fun at all, right? But I'll enjoy it in January. You got to understand, it's not like what I do right now impacts my future. I don't work for January in January. It's too late then. And just understand that. Just be okay with doing it alone. Be okay with doing it first. Be okay with doing it by yourself. Like it's all going to make sense in the end, especially if it's something you really, really want or something you really, really need. Growth and development is very important to success. The world's always changing, and you just got to get ahead of the curve. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all again for supporting whoever watches, whoever listens, whoever reposts, comment, like. I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Like, we're going to be okay. Be okay with doing it alone. Be okay with where you are in life. Like, it's going to happen for you. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mental. Like, rest up, recharge. Like, this is what the summer is for, right? We're working, but we're at the same time taking care of ourselves for the long haul. But we're still putting in work. Never not working. Always working on something. Always improving on something. You don't have to physically do it, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you can improve. And it'll impact your life greatly. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all be blessed. If y'all have any questions, anything, feel free to reach out. I'm always available. Like, life is so important. Life is so precious. You just never know. I plan on living another 50 years. Like that starts with how I eat, how I sleep, what I drink, what I think about. Like, those are all impactful in my life. And the same thing with you all. I love y'all. Like, we're going to get through this. We're going to get to the other side of this. We're blessed. Continue to tell yourself that you are blessed. You are highly favored. You're loved. You're appreciated. You matter in this world. You're key to the development of this world. We need you. I love y'all. Y'all be blessed. Stay blessed. Keep going. We're not done yet. We're not finished. We got a lot to do. Be blessed.